Hi, Facebook world. This is Cindy, and thanks for tuning in. Um, so, I'm here in Vienna, and I really, really love it here. It's really beautiful. If you can see in the background, there are cobblestones, and it just turned, I think, 6 o'clock here, and so all the church bells are ringing, and it's just got this really beautiful, classical Europe, like old European city feel. Um, Anyways, that's not what I want to talk about today, I guess. Um, I'm feeling, I'm going to do a really quick check-in. And you, please let me know how you're doing, and I would love to have your check-in. Um, Sorry, I'm making sure I get your comments. Um, I'm feeling anxious today, and I kind of have this like residue low sense of anxiety when Duncan feels really anxious about money. I kind of take that on a little bit, and I really want to kind of dissect that a little bit and talk about what it means to have money shame. And I'll speak from my perspective, mostly in my understanding of what money shame is in this culture, because I think it is really something that a lot of us hold in this culture, and I guess we can start talking about that now. For me, money represents so many things, but in the U.S. culture in particular, it's if you don't go to a good school, if you don't make a certain amount of money, if you don't take this many vacations, or be able to buy this certain kind of car, then you're X, Y, and Z. And I feel that pressure a lot. I'm not only did I grow up in America, but I'm also Vietnamese American, and so what that means is I don't have this prestigious title. I'm not a lawyer or a doctor, but additionally, I don't make the kind of money that would mean that I would pay off my mom's mortgage or take care of her in her old age or even semi-old age. And that is kind of common with Vietnamese Americans, especially of my generation, to take care of their parents. And I feel that guilt quite often. I feel the sense of not being a good enough provider, that I'm not helping my brother pay his way through college, for instance. And there's something also about thank you, Jake. There's also something about being a woman and wanting to be a provider and feeling the places where that's not completely jiving. So what I mean when I say that is Duncan does most of the providing in our relationship, and there's a part of me that feels really good about that. There's a way where I can surrender and relax and really just pay attention to what's right and true for me in terms of every single decision and action. And I don't mean that I'm running around spending money, without much thought. But I'm really fortunate in the sense that I have the freedom to not go to a 9-to-5 job because I need to survive. And on the flip side of that, in a way, I feel like I'm talking to a lot of millennials, at least like the ones who, after college, had to go home and live with their parents for a little bit and rely on their parents. But it's got the same flavor. It has the same flavor of I'm not pulling my weight. I'm not contributing, or I'm not making enough to even take care of myself. And so that's I guess like some of the judgments that come up. And in a way, I can even hear the judgments that my mom had, because before Duncan and I started dating, I scraped by. And what that means is I didn't, I paid very minimal rent. I still ate like a college student, and I, I really didn't have the freedom to travel and to buy the things that I want simply because I want it. And the judgments that I would hear, at least from my mom, would be, you need to be able to buy that dress because you need more dresses, or you don't have the clothing that you need. And hi, Stacy. So there are so many varying aspects of I need to be something that I'm not right now, which is a money-making, self-providing, self-taken care of, must survive, must flourish, must be able to go out and do things. I just saw two of my friends from high school actually who were on this whirlwind trip in Europe, and I'm in Vienna, but it's they were able to spend like a week or a few days in every single city, and they were just doing this whirlwind tour, and there were all these Instagram photos, and they were posting this and that, and it just seemed like it was like this cool thing to do, like I'm traveling and I'm having all these experiences. And this morning I was just really dissecting that, and I was like, what is the value here? Like what is it that I really want? What is it that I really need? Am I, and this comes back to an identity as a woman as well. It's sort of like, as a woman, there's a feminist aspect of like, I need to be independent and not rely on a man, and there's and no matter what, like, this is a new world, and I should just be able to take care of myself and make all the money that I want and have the freedom that I want. I totally get that, and there's definitely a part of me that wants that. And there's another part of me that is so confused, because I like being taken care of. And I know that there's a happy medium where I can make the money and also be taken care of, and that's what I'm working towards. And I really, there is something there. A few months ago, I had this realization that whenever I strive, or when I push, or when I'm more in that part of me that's really ambitious and wants to make a lot of money, because I do have that survival aspect in me on overdrive, I suffer intensely, and I'm not creating or manifesting my world from a place that is really soft and emotional and in my feminine. And I know that aspect of myself, and I know that's the part of me that feels the most rich and actually delivers a truth or some value that that is really real, that's just super duper real, and it's true for me. And when I go into this overdrive, I gotta make money and I gotta push and I gotta push, it just doesn't work. I actually backed out of a year-long women's program because the lead coach, the teacher, said, one of the reasons why I decided not to do it is, she said, as a woman, you do have to push. I mean, that's how we have children, we push. And I know for a fact that if you push too much when when it's not right to push, you tear, you hurt yourself, it hurts. And I'm not sure if that's the right way. And I'm trying to own my experience as much as possible. I don't know if this is the right way. But all I'm noticing is the struggle that we have, and I know the struggle in so many of my friends and so many people that I know, and I just want to question, like, why is that there? Why is our culture putting so much emphasis on us making money so that we could buy things that supposedly makes us happy so that we can make more money, and then we just spend our entire lives doing that. It's sort of like a really old paradigm that we're not really awake to sometimes. And and again, like, I still understand that we need to survive, and I still understand that that there is a part of us that wants to provide or have purpose, and without that drive to make money, like, what is our purpose? And that's, again, like, I just want to keep questioning that, like, what would it be if I don't have to make money? What would it be if I don't have to uphold this image of someone who needs to generate and to provide and make things happen? Like, who would I be if that wasn't actually the case? What would our culture be like? What would our relationships be like with our family and our friends and our spouses be like if it wasn't entirely in this strange, bizarre paradigm of I need to generate, I need to make money, I need to uphold this image, I need to buy the right car, I need to buy the house when I'm 35, and then I need to have children at this age, and I can't have children until I make this much amount of money. And I totally get that this is also my neuroses. It's, anyways, those are my thoughts. And I really want you guys, whoever's on right now, to also share how you navigate what money is to you. And I know I'm sharing this as a woman, and as a woman who's not completely independent. So yes, please share with me. I also want to encourage you to continue to ask questions after I go off of live. I will also be sharing this on Relational Ops. Please go on Relational Ops if you haven't, and like our page. And I want to have an open dialogue about shame and our culture's approach to shame, or what our culture expects or needs from us that may cause shame, because there are so many expectations that I know don't need to be there. And I'm not saying that we should break down the system and try to change things, but it's just something that I want us to put attention on and to be aware of and to notice. And I don't want myself or so many people that I care about to be stuck in this limited space of, oh my God, like, there's something wrong with me. I can't make enough money, or I'm not contributing, or I'm not a provider, or I still have roommates, or, there was like something someone said. Oh, I had a classmate in my Meisner class a few months ago said, well, I'm over 30 now, like, I shouldn't be having a roommate. And again, it's like this weird expectation that, like, who made up these rules? Who made up these rules that we can't have roommates after we're 30? It's got that same flavor. And I get that this world runs on money, and I just want to understand what we can do to be able to talk about finances and money in a conscious kind of way, what our roles are as men and women and spouses and children and parents, and how do we navigate all of that? How do we do it in such a way where I don't become a mindless consumer? I'm not surviving on overdrive and trying to build up security, but really neglecting the parts of me that are super truthful. How do we navigate all of this with integrity, and how do we not shame each other for it? Because I know that there is so much shame, and money is just a huge source of tension, and it comes up between me and Duncan all the time. And I guess, like, if you tuned in the beginning, I talked about how I felt anxious because we were feeling anxious about money. Okay, so we're about 15 minutes, and unless anyone has any questions, I'm about to log off. So again, sign on to Relational Ops. Please subscribe to us. I'm also offering coaching calls, and I would love to have a conversation with you about where you are with your purpose and who you are and your integrity and how you are with your authenticity. I would love to hear about it, and I'm just open for all sorts of feedback. And thanks, Stacey. Mindless consumers are zombies. Yes, that's true. All right. So that's it for today for me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.